to see from... it's got to be this Flax Invoker, right? He did so much in that last game as the Queen of Pain. Let's see what he's going to be able to do on the Invoker.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of fun stuff with the amount of control that you can provide with the new shard, with your like ice wall, you can vector target it, you can just stand so far away inside the fights and kite even harder. There's a lot of really cool things that I've been seeing, to be honest with you. Many different invokers.
We'll see what Flax is able to pull off this. So with the lane setup overall, I mean, you're looking at these side lanes, thinking that anyone's going to have a tough time here in this early game?
Let's take a look. Bottom might be a little bit difficult for the first few levels, but then I feel like the Timber should be able to just do fine. And I feel like he can actually apply some decent pressure, especially on this bar, and they maybe get some kills. I guess maybe Runic might struggle a bit. This is a pretty strong duo. The Axe plus the Phoenix. We haven't seen it much, but Battle Hunger plus Fire Spirits. Very, very annoying and lots of harassment. Disruptor can trouble to stay in his earth. I'm mostly just going to be staring at mid because it's an old school matchup, and it is the Quas-Wex versus the Shadow Fiend, so you'd imagine Flax is going to have some trouble. He's going to get behind on last hits a bit.
Absolutely. You would imagine Wish is going to have a little bit of a lead here, but see how much Flax can do with the well-timed tornadoes to secure those important range creeps. Definitely not an easy lane for him here. Warding him away there with the raises.
It really never feels like a good lane as the Quas-Wex, because now he's got his bottle, he can force the waves into you. You have to play very confident and very kind of just aggressive as this Quas-Wex. You're going to lose this matchup hard, and your tower is going to get under pressure. So maybe we see rotations or something fail him, but we'll see what type
tower
of
is under attack.
Plan that they do have for this Flax Invoke.
Yeah. And again, you know, that this is sort of a similar situation to what he started with last game, right? As the Quad. He was playing one of these heroes that didn't have a good lane, had a tough opening, but it didn't matter in the long haul. So we'll see if he's going to be able to sort of pull off a similar level of performance again from a lane where he's not in a favored map.
Yeah, in Quaplo in that last game, it was a Queen of Pain versus like no stuns, so that's where he had so much freedom to really do Invoker. Much tougher hero to kind of just bail yourself out of a bad scenario after a phase. It's got to be very on point from him. Yeah, he's already getting doubled up. Seeing Atufix should actually be going down here, I think, with the slow and the damage.
With the Battle Hunger chase out. Oh, got him there. As you said, these two heroes just so much pressure that they can put on these sort of helpless support from someone like a Disruptor. He's not going to be able to do anything to save himself from being run down by these two.
At least he pulled him really far from his Ursa, like all the way to his tier 2, so Ursa got, what, like 3, 4, 5, 6 last hits for free. He's going to be getting Totem to bring a health, which will help a lot versus that constant damage that's coming out. So, all in all, not the worst death from us.
Yeah, there he is, the best he can do for his aim right now. Not an easy one,
so
but
we got the rune check coming out in about 15 seconds. We see Nyx already getting in position. They have to be sure that do not let Wish fill up that bottle, because Wish, he also has his boots already. So I mean, Flax gone for the double null. He actually can get killed by Wish pretty easily with these boots and bottle and level 3 raise.
Middle tower.
Level 1.
And he's going to die surely. Wish is finding the angle. About to extend his trade. Top lane again. Skylark and Stomined able to run him down. Second kill onto the Disruptor in this top lane. It's 3-0.
Oh, that's a level 1 Nyx. I mean, it's 4 minutes in, Owen. I mean, that's a concern for sure.
Oh, he's nearly level 2.
Nearly there.
Nearly.
Their supports are really struggling this time around. They also lost the Disruptor top in the meanwhile. Now Runic is alone, and they're actually just leaving the Monkey King alone bottom. He's in a 1v1 versus Timber. Spartan's making the moves around him.
Nice on the arm. Stomp is there on target.
No honor.
Brutal opening to some of these lanes, this top lane in particular.
Yeah, Earn Charge is now also finished up for Stomina. So now they have even more damage going to be putting out onto that Ursa and Disruptor. Yeah, these lanes, this is really problematic already for Burjui. They're going to need some type of salvaging force, but they don't have great ways to rotate around the lanes like they did last time. This Nyx is very under-leveled, and Invoker is much more behind than the Queen.
Killermancer.
Still level 1.
He's still level 1. He is. They're running him down. But he's going to be all right. He's going to be able to get away from them this time. They don't have that bit of catch.
He's level 1, so even if they catch him, it's not like this massive kill. So, you know, he's kind of baiting him around a little bit.
See top Skylark. Close underneath the tower there. Nick able to turn facts, coming in with the TP to try and help out. Brings back onto Skylark. Down.
Is blunted.
Good control here from a 2-fix. Flax also able to help out with that cold snap and DMP. Make sure that there's no way for the axe to live.
Little needed rotation for himself as he focused bottom. Getting gone on by Oker, but he full heals very quickly, and now Spartan's back down there to help.
Again.
And this late setup is working very nicely for Brame.
Yeah, doing well with the power runes getting Burjui. He's able to secure for a second time the rune again. Flax to get close in onto Wish. Nice stuff from Killamancer. Will follow up. They got quite enough damage. Fire is there, and Wish will be able to make it alive.
Spartan's coming over. Might have a stomp. I don't think they have enough damage to set up.
Stomp onto the 2, same time. An attempt onto the axe up top by Skylark will be fine. Barn attempted to run down Killamancer, but as you say, just was him on his own. Great as the stomp on 2 was. Nothing to follow it up with the moment.
No, you don't.
I mean, it's really good for Brame, the way they've set everything up to, and now with the fact that they have this last pick Shadow Fiend, talking about how they didn't have, maybe the third pick or so, the Timber Saw didn't have any solutions. They can kill this Timber at almost any stages because of that Shadow Fiend. With that aura from the ET that's going to be coming into play too, and also the Monkey King having a good start. It's going to be tough for Burjui really to come back in this game, it does feel. It's going to be all on the Invoker rotations, seeing what he can do with this Urn now picked up, and yeah, he's going to start looking to move.
I see where he top Killamancer.
Oh,
That's one of the characters. See if they can go for this here with the cold snap. Pull to hold back Killamancer. Killamancer himself might be the one to go down here. Dive the Battle Hunger Hill. Dive away for Dominus. Dominus is still alive here.
still alive.
Getting away from the 3 of them. Time has been brought for Spartan to head over. Stomp. Fine position though, as Burjui back off as soon as the spirit is sent out. It keeps Dominant alive. He's able to make it out.
Look at these stacks too. They're getting so much ready over here. Burjui is going to start scouting them out, but looking at Wish, Wish already has Boots of Travel finished, and he got the best tier 1 item in the game.
Double damage.
The good old fairy trinket. Definitely the best one.
Okay.
So he's going to be able to match the mobility of the Invoker quite a bit here with his Boots of Travel for his team.
See up top, Skylark. He'll go down this time. Star in control of that. He's trying to look for more. And then dive away. Flax.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Not quite. Flax, he's still hunting, and maybe with the speed that he has, he might get this. Dominant trying to juke it out. One hit isn't enough though. Wish turns hitting right clicks, no mana. Wish though for the raises, so enough for Flax to be able to head off, TP up, back to base and reset himself.
Nice little tier 2 armor bonus there. Definitely saving the Phoenix. +3 armor, I believe you get from the tower. Coming into play. And yeah, so Wish with Boots of Travel. I love Fairy Trinket, man. This item is insane.
That's what, especially on these heroes like the SF, where you're just cleaning through your mana pool with the way you want to farm with the raises.
And the way spell damage works for this hero too, it's just so nice. The stacking amplifier, just any type of extra damage is always so nice. He's actually going to pass it up though for the Faded Brooch because he's got the bots for the movement speed. I've heard a lot of players talk about how that item is regarded as, it almost feels like a tier 3 or tier 4 item. It's pretty insane because it's like a mini Kaya in a way.
10 minutes in, and Brame still with the lead, but just 1k in it. So
yeah.
Calm has allowed Burjui to keep themselves close behind, despite the fact that some of these lanes were really set up to be rather difficult for Burjui.
Yeah, a very nice recovery. Like Uker, he's actually got he's up to level 8. He's pretty farmed up on this Timber in comparison to the Axe. Skylark, who had like an excellent start top, is the same as the Timber saw. So I feel like that's pretty big there, but Skylark does have a triple stack that he's farmed up. For bottom, it's trying to set up with the SF rotation.
Oh, they've got the stomp. What happened? That means there's more than enough magic damage to eliminate the Timber Saw.
Look at that move speed, man. 455 on this Shadow Fiend now. Even without the haste, he can just move around the map so easily.
I mean, with sort of the bots first, imagine him to get the Yules next.
The Yules build, yeah, just movement speed build and just easy setup for kills. He can just, I mean, Yules versus Ursa too, it's just always going to be amazing. Yeah.
And would you say, you know, as was mentioned on the panel, you know, Arcane Blink, ridiculous on SF. After the Yules, if you're having a good game, is that sort of the dream build-up? You do just get the Blink and upgrade it, or do you think Wish is going to need other items?
Way up bottom, Timber, getting gone on again. He's going to drop down quickly. I think this is a game where I don't think it's needed. I feel like he can just play it safer. He already has like this.
Got the setup.
He can, I guess he can if he wants to, but I don't feel like it's needed. That's like kind of the swag fun play. Just to protect the egg, right? Because like the egg's going off, it's about to pop. Arcane Blink Requiem's in a quarter of a second and saves the egg. So it can have some fun usages. I feel like he doesn't have to go for. Bottom, focus.
Go from here, stop.
Nice
top. They've got to be careful now, Burjui, as they're backing off. Flax heading away with the Ghost Walk. Past Raise does clip him, keeping him low. Flax having to be very cautious. With 2 big TPs, having to force to back off with the Static Storm. Desperately throwing abilities out to try and stop Brame from getting any kills out of this. It will work, they keep themselves safe. Brame back to jumping ahead.
Invisibility.
In the lead with the farm here. Now a 4K advantage back on track.
Philomet's just getting a good positioning here onto Focus. As he gets the stun, Focus is almost dead.
Glimpse, the egg is down. It is, he'll turn and get the strike down. And he's going out with the TP and he'll make it away. Oh, the supernova stun, in fact, stopping Uka from being able to pull that Jackson back in for that extra bit of passover damage. So he's going to get the killing time. Stomanen is also going to make it out himself.
Oh my god. What a nice fight by Brame, setting up and kiting them away. Beautiful play there from Focus surviving.
Dire's top tower is under radiant are scanning.
Poor Uka having 3 heroes TP out underneath his nose there, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Painful. They do still have Runic farming very nicely, but this is quite a big deficit, and he is not into some easy matchups this game. Sure, he's good versus a couple of these heroes, but this Monkey King, this Shadow Fiend, these last 2 pickups, they're going to prove problems for this Ursa. The Shadow Fiend in particular, because of this movement speed build, he's going to be going like 120 move speed over this Ursa. So, will always be hard to
We'll bring him back a little bit. Fields down though, and TP's come through, stopping them from chasing in. Or stopping them, they're still having a look to step up to the high ground. Brame know that they're strong right now. Skylark.
Got the blink on Skylark. He can look to set up.
And he's going to make a move straight away with the TP down bottom. He's looking to try and catch Uka off guard. Not quite. Off the mark, and Uka's able to step away.
That's the blink reveal too, so now they're aware of it, and they're going to make their own punch. They're going to move 4 heroes bottom. No earn charges on the Invoker at the moment, though. Might have some trouble keeping the catch going. They got to have Kilomancer get some good setup, good glimpse action. They need to get something out of here, and they know that these 2 just ported bottom, so that's the one good thing. They know they can't like instant bail out, so maybe get a nice cut angle in order to catch them off here to get some kills. Do have to watch out for the other TPs, but it'll be a pretty nice smoke for Burjui.
Just a pause to get back in. Kills ever so important. If they don't get any action done, Brame will just continue to outfarm them with their cores.
Yep.
Especially with this Aghanim Scepter pretty much being completed on the Monkey King.
Oh my, yeah, that is very quick. They're trying to set up, they're bringing the Invoker in too. He's got an Arcane Rune to
Dire's
scout.
middle tower is under
Skylark's
attack.
actually going to continue showing on the wave. He's got the blink ready. Okay. Let's actually walk out of there.
Yeah, not quite able to set up on him in time. Skylark just playing it smart. Senses something's up and he's away.
And now they're able to pressure the other lanes. Top's gonna get pushed in, mid as well from Shadow
Or
Fiend.
maybe
Got
Dire's
the
middle
Eul's.
tower is
Kilomancer
under
might
attack.
still be able to find him.
Radiant's
They need
bottom
more.
tower
Yeah,
is
she's
under
got
attack.
Two.
I don't think so either. They're not going to go for it with just the two of them. Both Flax and Uka elsewhere by the
Radiant
tower, not ready to
structures
push
are
on with them.
fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wish does have the blink queued
Radiant's
up, so
bottom
there's
tower
potential.
is
There's
under
definitely
attack.
potential for him going for the arcane blink. The tower trade gonna come out. This is one of the better trades I still feel like for
Dire's top
Burjui. They
tower
need to
has
get some type of
fallen.
map
Gift for
control.
the touch.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sweet.
Radiant's
And it is
bottom
going to be the
tower
enabling
has
build, it
fallen.
looks like, from the Invoker that we've seen Topson do a lot in the past in particular. Just Solar Crest to buff up that Ursa.
Yeah, it makes the most sense for sure, especially when
Yeah.
the game's sort of fallen at the pace that it has here for Burjui. It's be all about making sure that Runic is able to clean up
Radiant's bottom tower
everywhere
is under
that he
attack.
can. With the abilities and itemization.
He's really going to need it. As he's getting quite out farmed here. This Monkey King, like you said, Aghanims is finished. He's got the beautiful Orb of Corrosion
Dire's
as well.
top tower is under attack.
To do about stopping this push mid here from Brame Friends, starting to get back to poking on this tier 1 mid. The mark again with the call. Stun comes out, super over one there to try and force us back away from the fight. In the static storm, but he's able to get the mastery stacks up, drop down the power strike, and along with the heal from the Sunray, he's able to get some strike that you have to grab it. This comes into play from a two-fix. Requiem pushing back the rest of Burjui though, and Runic dies. Dies, the tick time is there of dominant. Two down, Spartan still charging it. Contraplax with the blink.
Dire's middle
Three
tower
dead on
has
Burjui.
fallen.
Unsuccessful hold here off the tier 1 tower. Even with that glimpse back onto the Monkey King. I mean, sure that they're killing the Monkey King. But of course, at this point of the game where just as a whole, Brame's 3 cores are just that far ahead in comparison to Burjui. One core kill isn't
Dire's
going to be
middle
enough
tower
to get the
is
team
under
fight going
attack.
their way.
No, they have massive damage issues. The Ursa can't get
Radiant
into the
are
fights at this
scanning.
point still with just a Battle Fury. There's too much control. And I mean, Skylark, I was gonna mention this because he didn't go for a stick or anything like that. He actually did the most perfect mana usage on this axe. He got beautiful calls over and over again, got a nice dunk reset. Actually played that fight really well with the limited mana pool he had. And yeah, I mean, Burjui just massive damage problems, and it feels like that's going to continue for quite a while. They don't have the same team fight as Brame does at all. It does not feel like it's going to get much easier for them as big items coming out for the rest of Brame. They just need to get their BKBs online. If they want to go the safe route on the Radiant side, they just get the BKB on the Monkey King and the Shadow Fiend, and then they have full reign. Because pretty much all of the heroes on the side of Burjui, besides the Ursa, are completely magic. So I think that's the safest route they could go for.
Oh, for sure. And then the Ursa himself, Runic, he's only rocking a Battle Fury right now, so
Yeah.
he's just not scary at all. He needs more time.
And he can't go for something that's going to be a big impact, like a BKB this game, because there's just too many things to go through it. So he has to go for more type of scaling build. So it really feels like the next 10 minutes or so is going to be very difficult for Burjui to complete much.
Yeah, it feels like a good start to get a little bit rough here. 15 to 3. Can finish him. Wow, will manage to do so, pushing the two of them back with the hit. Maybe enough space for him to run away. Runic was trying to head over to catch them off, but at the same time, top lane, Burjui losing more as Kilomancer goes down. Uka
Dire's
coming in
top
to try
tower is
and
under
defend his
attack.
tower against them, but has to be very cautious how he steps up against these four, especially if he gets into the range of Skylark and his blink.
Yeah, he might actually do that.
Dire's
That's
top
it.
tower is under attack.
Just instantly.
Wondered if maybe your
Dire's
city
The
should
Wukongs
come
come on
from
with a few raises. No chance for Uka.
This is looking real rough. Not seeing too many forms of recovery for them here. All 3 cores so far behind
Dire's
supports
top
as
tower
well.
is under
Map
attack.
closing very quickly.
Moves all round
Dire's
from
top
Brame.
tower has fallen.
Pretty unstoppable here in this second game of the series.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Stoma is literally higher level than everyone else on the side of Burjui, pretty
Dyer's
much is
top
a huge
tower
fight.
is
This
under
Phoenix
attack.
level 2 egg, he's got first Russell, had a perfect game. Did they get a kill here?
I should do
He's in a
so.
fine position.
But it'll go down. It's a kill.
Regeneration.
They'll
They
take
need
what
it, they
can
need
get.
some charges.
Yep, they need anything that they can find here, Burjui. Anything to just sort of buy these precious moments in which they can be a little comforted in the knowledge that Runic won't be being hunted. Can continue to
gift
try and
from the
farm towards his
Tempest of
first item after the Battle Fury.
It's just, I am seeing such limited moves for them. It's so much pressure onto this Nyx assassin. He's their only stun, so he has to pretty much do everything for them to peel these massive heroes away from his teammates. And yeah, they're getting some time at least to farm for this Ursa, but not looking too great as Skylark is getting toward his BKB as well. So it looks like they're gonna go for a triple BKB timing on the side of Brame.
bottom tower
Yeah, that's
is
gonna
under
make
attack.
it even more impossible. His focus is, he's starting the Roche. He's doing the good old Monkey King things. Drop your nice Aghanims, and it just kills the Roche for you.
Looks like at the moment, at least, Burjui not having any knowledge of this going on. And this could
Radiant's
cause
bottom
coverage
tower
and
is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
any information that Burjui had of it. So Burjui not aware of this at all. Again, even if they were, very, very hard to fight.
Dyer's
Do
middle
anything
tower
about
is
pushing
under
away
attack.
this lineup of Brame that has such strong team fight around them.
They sent the Forge Spirit in actually, so they did see it, and they made the call. It was, and then he sent to kind of scout as well. So
Radiant's
Aegis
bottom tower is
focus,
under
so
attack.
even before his BKB is finished, he's safe, and they're gonna set up the bottom.
That to turn with the tornado, and the glimpse back onto the SF did remove Wish from this defense.
Oh, look at this egg. Very aggressive.
Burjui then making the retreat. Wish trying to jump in, was looking for flags there with those blind raises. Flags off to the east, he'll be able to dodge them. See what they can find. It's going to be Killermancer, it looks like it will be. Killermancer will be the one to be caught. The rest of Burjui able to make it away.
You can see how bloodthirsty they are on the side of Brame, how much ahead they really are too. Phoenix on the way to level 15 now. Yeah, they can just keep running around looking to hunt and take every single battle to Burjui. I don't know what the item timing is for Burjui to really have a big impact back in. Ursa.
They found him. Close command. Runic popping in rage in an attempt to get away. Spine out the Duke out with the Glimmer. He pressed on once the Ursa. He closed with the Timber Chain. Focus, he's ready to set up. Wukon's command is down. Instantly put to a stop though by that glimpse, ripping him out of it.
Okay. So they buy themselves a little bit more time, and it looks like it is going to be Runic going for a BKB, so maybe that's going to be their timing, a BKB on him as well as a Solar Crest on the Invoker, but it doesn't feel like one of those like big timings that's going to versus the side of Brame as they continue their aggression, and yeah, triple BKBs are pretty much done for them, so these fights are going to be much easier for their
Radiant
side,
are
not only
scanning.
because of those BKBs, but because
Dyer's
of
bottom
their
tower
way
has
overwhelming
fallen.
team fight and advantage now. Runic, Yule's combo,
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Wish gets him.
Mid-range, he's found the jumping on to Killermancer. Killermancer falls over to the side of 2 feet. Slowly being burnt down by the stun ray. Bree dead yet again, 21-4.
This is rough.
This is
Dyer's middle
looking
tower
pretty
is under
irrecoverable right now for Burjui. Their only real, as I say, source for scaling carry is this Ursa, and they're
Dyer's middle
still
tower
at a point in
has
this game
fallen.
where Brame are very easily able to pick him off in these fights.
Dyer's bottom
And
tower
they just have,
is
I
under
mean, look at
attack.
all the map control too. All the waves are being pushed in again, and they've only lost their one tower. They've just got great ward coverage.
Dyer's structures
Not a lot
are
for Burjui really
fortified.
to do.
Dyer's
Game
bottom
at the moment
tower
is,
is under
yeah,
attack.
everyone they see is just, they have BKB, so they can't even do a big initiation. They have to just 100-0 them out of a stun, which pretty unlikely with their damage output.
Absolutely. You know, it's really a team of sort of 4 heroes that just offer a lot of control, and then an Ursa that kind of relies to do all the heavy work when it comes to shooting the heroes down. This is just not in a place to do that. There'll be a buyback from Killermancer. still, Burjui just nothing they can really offer to get back in onto the lineup of Brame.
And they have to all show up, all 5 heroes, to try to stall, to keep this tier 2 tower alive, which means Versus not getting that extra time to farm. They're gonna smoke out to try to maybe catch something here. Well, like we were saying, the BKBs are at the ready. And now Wish can go back for that blink, that upgraded blink dagger, that arcane blink, because he has the BKB. It's a lot safer.
He's found an invis
He's
rune.
just gonna break the smoke.
So they have detection to drop down for this. They use sentries there. Find him with the glimpse, but nicely timed blink. And of course, just the BKB, making sure that he's not going to be dragged back by anything. Skyline's going to look to try and chase down Kiliman's over the side. They're coming open over, but they will manage to take it down. The egg is removed. Anything else though? His focus, he's running down to 2-Fix. 2-Fix holds him back in the static storm. Over the side, Spartan being controlled by the combat of Black, but Wish comes in with the Requiem, pushing them back. Black still alive though. Will survive on the edge of the range. They have lost 2, but now Burjui, they've lost a big one. Runic down. Wish jumping over to Wartuka as he's on the retreat. Chain out, he will manage to make it away. A 2-Fix turning back to put the Thunderstrike on focus to limit his ability to chase. Glimpse as well onto the Monkey King. But Wish is charging straight over towards 2-Fix. 2-Fix out in time though with the TP. So, all things considered, you know, Burjui able to have a fight there where they were able to find some kills in return. They did still, of course, lose their Ursa though, and it's still not going to quite be that fight that turns around this game or anything really close to that.
Yeah, I mean that was their best situation that had happened, but it was not a good situation either way.
Dyer's
That
top
did end up
tower
going down in
is
the end
under
there.
attack.
Did at least keep their Invoker alive for the moment. He is starting to scout around, but yeah, the 18,000 gold lead is still so much control. We see Brame just
Dyer's top
they can play this
tower
game
is
so
under
chill
attack.
because they went for the safe route as well. They went for the BKBs. They have like no risk really when they are isolated, when these heroes are alone. 3 cores. So many different things they can play around. Oh, I'm so excited to see an Invoker too, but this one is real rough. This game just
That's tough.
he's having an okay game. There's not too much he can do after how every lane went. It felt like.
I mean, that's true, yeah. You know, he's 3-1-3. The team's got 6 kills. You know, Flax has been involved in everything. You know, he's trying his best, but which is just the way sort of this game went downhill pretty early for Burjui, with Brame just dominating these side lanes and just having these heroes that whilst they have this sort of lead, very hard for Burjui to slow down with the lineup they have available.
Yeah, just if they had the overwhelming team fight, maybe, but if they lack so much.
Nice call onto the 3 of them. Focus across the BKB. Dump's not going to do anything. Big charges pop. Burjui's up to the high ground. They will manage to make it away without losing it. They get focus to Skylight. Get him up to the high ground. Focus. They're able to take it out. They've killed off the Monkey King, which is up to the high ground. BKB Skylight. Two of them is found. The big one gets through. Goes out. Depth of 50. And again, they are losing the Ursa, but again, Burjui, they are finding a couple of kills in return. Burjui then he's just trying to chase off. He's up to the high ground, putting the timber chain. He's looking over towards Wish. Killerman's there with the background. Has the stun. Dropping down the cold snap. Wish is going to be able to burst through and take him out. He's down for 75. Now they're going to turn their attention over towards Spartan. Spartan into the trees with the Glimmer. Are they going to be able to find him? They're not. He's out with the TP
Radiant's
inside.
courier has been killed.
But this time round, I mean, losing the Ursa, they don't mind. They actually got quite a lot out of that defense.
They got all 3 cores. That was huge. I don't think the Monkey King was... I think he was playing a little bit too eager, walking up on that high ground, just forgetting a bit about that glimpse. But beautiful play by Out2Fix.
Yeah.
Not only just the glimpse play, but then hesitating for a second, waiting till like half the Wukong animation goes out. Then he drops the silence, and they get such good positioning. Even though Spartan got, what, 2 to 3 very nice calls, they're able to get the resets and get some pretty good pickups for themselves. Runic getting the big one. I don't think he got the last hit per se, but I think he did get... He was able to at least stick on these targets and has now a basher.
Yeah, this is impressive stuff from Burjui. I mean, you know, sure, in game 1, where we sort of saw the players pop off, that was a game where they were behind a little bit. Now, this time round, they're down 16k, 26-9. It's a lot harder of a playing field for them to come back into, but But maybe there's a chance here for Burjui, and particularly so if Brame do continue to make these overly aggressive mistakes, jumping up to the high ground into the tier 3 zone.
Absolutely. That's going to be the big one, right? It's like the BKB's wearing out and just glimpse plays.
Yeah.
That's how Burjui can't take advantage of these mistakes. So if Brame, they were playing a little relaxed, I would say, with the way that they were going. Not their item decisions. I feel like they've been really good with their items of this save thing, but it's a little bit too risky of a play there. They don't need to make those type of plays, right? They already have this very nice confined draft, a nice confined lead. They don't need to go for those high ground plays just yet. Sticking themselves around the Roche, about 90 seconds until that does spawn. They're going to go for a smoke play here, but it looks like Burjui knew it actually. That
Burjui
ward
knew.
they have down, so I said that.
There we go. What they can get with this is room as well available, so Spark can step right into the front of it all.
Odesso finished up on focus now too, and I believe not quite the arcane blink done yet for a win. Soon
No,
though.
just a recipe away. And that, you know, at that point, a lot of focus on 2-fix. Obviously, the BKB's already off, not a lot he can do. If we ever see sort of Wish go for greedy arcane blink plays without popping the BKB, it can be tempting when it has that reduced last time. Skylar can call onto the 2 as well. And now we're ready to look at the full team fight combo. And 2-fix now grabs on towards Zuka. He's going to try and escape between the chain and the CP, but clean up another. Sort of the showcase of the team fight that the Brame do have. When the execution's there,
Radiant's
it just seems
courier has
very
been
easy
killed.
with these heroes.
I mean, Skylar
Dire's
is
middle
so on
tower
point
is
with
under
the blink
attack.
calls this game. Every single time getting 2 to 3 heroes, it feels like, and they have such good follow-up as you mentioned. Onto that high ground, they got quite a bit of time here. Should be able to set themselves up for a quick Axe. Because
Dire's
that's what it does.
structures are fortified.
Being able to take that sort of fight outside
Radiant
the base.
structures are fortified.
But a lot easier for them
Dire's
to
middle
do this now
tower
up to
is
the
under
high ground.
attack. Dire's
Now
middle
complete
tower has
Wish.
fallen.
Very snappy Requiems that will be coming into
Dire's
play.
middle barracks is
Point they're
fallen.
setting up for bottom. Runic, he's in
Dire's
trouble.
middle barracks
Yeah,
is
just
fallen.
no BKB. Not really any chance for a team B here. Come on, Enrage. Try and run away from them all. He's going to attempt for a TP in the trees, but there's no chance for the heroes that they have in play. Kited up and burst down there by Wish with the raises.
It's so crazy how fast the Raze is cast. You can't even see the animation with the arcane blink.
Very hard for Wish to play against until he has the BKB. 2,500 gold into it. There's a bit more time to farm it up, and then maybe he'll have a chance to sort of if he's able to dodge the initial pull from Skylar, get that BKB off and sort of hammer into the SF. Maybe can mess Wish up enough to stop him from getting the opportunity to get that Requiem out, even with that reduced cast time.
He's gonna need something. He's gonna need some type of plus because they also have a Phoenix that they have to deal with. Same level as his monk game. Has a BKB 9-1 and 14 this game. So just
Your shaman
absolutely
has fallen into the ring.
Immortal!
Go
And let's
Aegis.
see. Yep.
Focus. Now with the Aegis and the Monkey King, they can definitely get away with trying to push high ground with Team Alive on Brame.
And even more so about having to 100 to 0 a hero because they also cheese, so they're going to be able to pop that probably and turn the fight as well. So Burjui has to be very careful. Wish on the prowl here a bit. Can maybe catch flags.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Someone scouting.
Radiant are scanning.
Burjui, I mean Runic. Top trying to find some sort of area to finish off this BKB. Spartan here on his own. Control on him to keep Spartan around. Spartan pushing out like this, bottom lane. He attempts it on towards Killaman, so they found him. Surely get Wish quick with the raises. Another kill for this for 11, 1 and 8. Same time up top.
Immediately botsing up top. They can look for the fight.
They're over. They've got control of this outpost. They're in. See if they can catch something out of the ball. It's being used into the pit. Really. He's hitting in on the wall. He's need to use the red gem for that kill. He can hold it for something else. As Flax and Uka, the last two here, left running back towards the base. They will manage to scramble themselves away.
Really feeling so impossible as there's just too much for them to deal with. It feels like they're playing versus 4 cores, just so much farm on all these heroes. I mean, the Monkey King, their focus was able to just zone away 3 heroes, it felt like, by himself because of his Aegis too.
You think you can kill me?
Step and cheese too. Jump in.
He was tempting for now, get it on.
Radiant's
Supernova,
top
they're
tower
pushed down to the side. That was at least, what, a couple of BKBs Supernova and Requiem used. Now the glimpse on focus. Folks, this BKB's on cooldown for 10 seconds. He's in his Ragstorm. He'll be able to pop the tease. He's got to stack it up. Are they able to finish him off? He's still not okay. Focus goes down. Skylark also likely to fall here as he's stuck up on the high ground. Smart trying to beat down Uka, but the bashes are there from Runic. Smart still doing an incredible amount of damage. Gets the double as he beats out the Earth as well. They will kill him for it. But Spartan definitely getting the job done there as he runs back in and punches out of the game both Uka and Runic.
Allah so small.
How many levels did he just get for those? Dude, he got 5,000
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
He just had gotten the axe, ran through at all the bonus damage, and actually gets the 2 big kills. Oh my god.
He's not quite done yet. They're into the creep. Killermax was playing around with both Dominant and Wish. Wish is running around, but he's still pulled up for a couple of seconds. He's gone. Dominant, he's going to the TPI. He'll make it. But this is quite a messy push there from Brame. Some big heroes dying. And they didn't even get the melee Rex in that lane. The melee Rex was kept alive whilst Brame were trying to sort of go in deeper and look to play for the fight. I mean, sure, they're still 24k ahead pretty comfortably in the lead, but it is another bit of a glimpse of Burjui's potential
Dyer's middle
to
tower
hold and
is under
turn
attack.
these fights around despite being as far behind as they are.
I mean, it honestly would have been a pretty big win for them there if Spartan didn't kill 2 of their heroes.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job Spartan did run back in. Otherwise, that would have been an awful series of events for Brame.
Yeah, I think Burjui still needs that to happen probably a couple more times in this game, at least
for sure.
Maybe 3 more times or 4
Maybe
more
4.
for them to really feel like they're back, but it's a step toward the right.
It's something. You know, they've shown it. They've done it twice now. Situations where Brame's really gone in and they've lost a lot of heroes for it. How we're seeing on some of the big items, the Aghanims for 2 fixes. It's now only 800 gold away. It's very likely that this disruptor will have an Ags before the next push comes in. Unless Brame is very quick about it. In fact, he has been caught by a stomp here, and they're able to follow a call. Flax outside of the base will get taken out. Does have buyback available though for the whole.
Cry some more.
Yeah. He's also, I actually did not really see how high level he did get from the fight too, because they did survive. He's level 23 on the Invoker too, so yeah, he's got potential. I see he's got Refresher queued up too, and he's got Max Exort with an Aghanims.
The double
so they do have
Cataclysm.
potential for the double Cataclysm.
And they've certainly got, as we've seen 2 times now where Brame has been as far ahead as they are, they've still definitely lost the team fight. Brame looks good.
Dyer's top barracks
Poke out
are
the
under
Invoker
attack.
buyback and at least try and get another set of racks done. Focus. He just disappeared. Runic down and out for 7. No buyback and a spot. He's now starting to charge in onto our 2 fix underneath the tower. Buyback comes out from Uka. They finished up the melee race top. See what they can play around with here. As Uka turns over towards Spartan. That Aghanims everything that magic immunity to turn things around. Scarlet pulling on to Flash and Killermancer. Roll. Focus for the time being. They've lost Killermancer. Uka's heading over with the burst onto Focus. Focus is in trouble. Tornado play comes out for Flash. They'll kill off the Monkey King. Uka's trying to chase for more. He's going to be able to burst down Spartan and put the world in death. Flash turning over towards Scarlet. They hold him out. And the ice will down. They're kiting them the axe. They'll turn and beat down Skylark as well. The 3 of them killing off another. But they'll hold back Brame. They'll keep this game going. Did cost them 2 buybacks, and again, The defenses are costing them more and more, but it is another defense.
Yeah, I mean, they are still taking some pretty decent fights, and we are seeing a little bit of, you know, some synergy not working the best here from the side of Brame. Some axe calls, some Skylark. He is getting the calls, but his team doesn't seem to be ready for them all the time. He's just jumping in, and then the follow-up comes late. Burjui does get some type of kills and some type of advantage leading back for them. Still need, like we said, a lot more in this one. It is still also the Ursa dying pretty much every single time.
I mean, that's sort of Runic's. I mean, we said he had to be the one that stays alive. I mean, it seems like the strat is the opposite. You know, the fights where he doesn't stay alive, they're the ones that are going the best for Burjui. He's 1-9-7, but his team don't care. It's strangely working out. They're keeping the game alive.
Yeah, at least they've got some big items
Radiant's
now too,
middle
but
tower is under attack.
it really is just such a big concern, right? Your Ursa is quite a bit below everybody else, all those other cores, even the support Phoenix, and his catch-up is just very hard. Even when he has a BKB, if he did want to go for it, like you said, there's going to be so many things that go through. His game is just tough.
He's been 2,500 gold into that BKB for the last 15 minutes, it feels. He's had no progression, bless him, with the way these fights have been happening. And he's going to have that gold help back once more by the looks of it here. Let me get the enrage off. Going to try and run away from this. He's got teammates to help out. Cupid's just about to stand from down. Which on the BKB push this person deep away from the rest of the team. Runic will go down. Now 2 down without buyback. Brame, they're going to come in. We'll see what Burjui can do with just the 3 of them alive.
Oh, and I don't think we pointed this out either, but our poor man Runik is 1-10 this game. Making a work for a little bit.
He's still there. And he also without buyback. 2 minutes, no Timbersaw. Now this, we've seen Brame sort of struggle to close the game. And the last few times that they've headed to the high ground, but this time round, 3 dead. Only the Invoker and worry about that. Should be fine. Unless Killermancer gets like a 5-man impale into a double cataclysm. Maybe.
We'll see. That's what they need. That is exactly what they need.
Ends the game pretty much there with the ring. The arcade blade close up the Invoker, and they'll be able to resolve this one out here. Tier 4's going down. And no chance for a defense here.
Dyer's middle tower
So
has
Brame,
fallen.
this second game, 43-16.
Is under
There's
attack.
the 4K lead at the end of it all. Different game from game 1. Burjui, they got it. Fight from behind, but they were ever so far